All right, well, everyone, the time is 6:04 p.m. on Thursday, January 27th. This is another video update from Great Lakes Weather. Hopefully you all have been doing well and been trying to stay warm in this sub-zero wind chill weather that we have been having throughout the past several days. I am coming back on here because the snow is making a comeback and is going to make a big one, especially if you live in lower Michigan and parts of northern Indiana. There is going to be quite a significant snow system that is going to be moving through the region, with also the potential of some severe weather on the southern side of it down in Dixie Alley. So it's going to be a strong low pressure system that's going to have plenty of snow on the north side. This could be double-digit double-digit snowfall that we are referring to in regards to this storm. So we're going to get into that. We're going to show you the models, how the models are agreeing, and where it displaces the winter storm in different locations across the Great Lakes region. So before we do that, make sure you're on all of the different platforms that we have. We have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, and we also have a remind if you text at GLWSWMI to 81010. If you're watching on desktop, you can scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to the website where you can have access to all of the different websites and social media platforms that we are on. Okay, let's get started right now with the GFS model. Okay, this is the GFS model, the latest model run that just updated fairly recently. So we're going to go through this. Right now, what we're watching is a nor'easter potential along the New England states, and that's down here, and it's going to make its way up across the eastern half of the United States, and that's going to produce a big chunk of snow. And then on the back side of that, we're going to see the development of another low pressure system, which is going to bring the winter weather February 2nd to the Great Lakes region, from February 2nd to February 4th. It's not certain exactly how much snow each region is going to see. Some places may not even see snow because the rain snow line is going to be sitting right over our region. So it's going to be a little more of a difficult situation in regards to predictions. But what we do know is that there's going to be some snow coming our way. So let's progress the GFS model a little bit. You're seeing that low pressure system along the Atlantic, reinforced by that deep low trough on the backside. So you have that nice cold air on the backside that just causes the moisture to really just dump on the eastern side. There's going to be a lot of wind with this system as well. Got a little bit ahead of myself. This system as well, it's going to move off to the northeast, and lots of potential for heavy snow, heavy ice, especially if you live on the coastline. There's going to be upwards of up to 2 feet possible in some spots of snow. Just your typical nor'easter. In Maine, you're going to get quite a bit of snow, and it's going to move off into the islands of Canada. Now, on the back side of this, we're going to have another low pressure system forming as this ridge tends to move forward. So we got a little bit of low pressure back here. It's going to drop some snow across the northern part of Michigan around January 30th. So we're going to let this slide through just a little bit. Pay attention to where this line is along the graph, the 540 line. This 540 line is going to determine where we see snow and where we see rain in regards to this system. All the models are pointing towards different snow locations, so it's really difficult to put together an exact prediction of how much snow each place is going to see. So progressing eastward or forward again, there's our low pressure system that we're going to have to keep a track on. It's going to follow a nice path upwards. Now you can see the snow starting to develop, and that 540 line is right there. You can kind of see it. So it's right on the Michigan-Indiana line. So anywhere south of that line is likely going to see more wintry mix or just rain. And on the north side, you have the snow, okay? So you're right on that slot where it'll be a mess, okay? It's going to be a mess in that area, especially as it transitions back to snow. So as we progress, the GFS model is putting out the potential of the 540 line dropping southward as we go through this winter storm. I'm going to go to a regional map to give us a closer look at this system in the Great Lakes. So this is at the current time, so you may notice it's putting out some lake effect snow at the current time, which isn't really going on, but that has to do with that frontal system that's moving through this evening. So let's progress it back to where we see that winter storm start to develop. So looks like it's going to start off as rain across much of Indiana, Ohio, even southern Michigan. Southern Michigan on the north end, you will probably see a little bit of snow to kick it off. Then that 540 line begins to sag a little southward, and you have the development of even some wintry mix, some ice in Illinois. Northern Indiana's got snow, very wet snow, in fact, as you sit right on that line. And it looks like it gets a little bit lighter, but then picks up again in intensity on the 3rd, February 3rd. And on the backside of that, we're going to have a little bit of lake effect snow to deal with, because we've got that nice cold air going over the lake. So this is going to bring some heavy snow potential. Let's take a look at what the GFS model is putting out for snow accumulations. I think they're being a little bit intense or overstretching the amount of snow we could possibly see. Let's go to that total accumulated snowfall map real quick. So let's progress it forward once it loads here. All right, so this is just a little bit of lake effect snow that develops over the next several days, but then we get to the day of the storm. And look how much snow it's putting out. It's putting out upwards of up to 20 inches in some spots. Pretty crazy. I don't think it's going to get that high. If it does get that high, it'll be a worst case scenario type of deal, and I don't see it getting that far. It says it's putting out 25 inches in Chicago. That's honestly pretty crazy. I think we'll see maybe 12 to 16 inches if this model tends to run the way it is right now. So, in fact, even less than that, probably 10 to 13 inches of snow across most of this area. Again, this model is still pretty far out, so it's going to take a while for us to have a fairly accurate idea of how much snow we're going to get, but the models are really pointing to, hey, there's going to be a big winter storm in the Great Lakes region coming up later next week. Okay, so let's go to the ECMWF model. It's a little bit of a different model. This model tends to be more correct in regards to the amount of snowfall that we could see. So let's take a look at where it puts the snow, though, first of all. So we're going to go to a regional map of our area and look at a precipitation type map. Pretty impressive system we're looking at here, if it tends to pull through, which it most likely will, because all models are saying it will. So again, let's progress to when that storm actually arrives. You kind of see it starting to form. This one displaces it a little bit southward at its beginning formations in central Indiana, maybe some snow there. But the snow line is going to start to lift northward throughout the day, and it's going to really intensify in parts of lower Michigan, North Indiana, northern Ohio is going to see ice, freezing rain most likely. Down in Missouri, you're going to get some heavy stuff down there. So you're going to want to be careful if you're traveling down in Missouri. And then it keeps shifting it northward. The 540 line continues to move up northward, and it's actually going to put the heaviest snow in parts of northern Michigan. So that includes areas such as Traverse City, Boyne Falls, where the ski resort's at, Mackinac, those different types of areas. And then lake effect snow is also projected by the system, by this model on the backside. All right, let's take a look at snowfall accumulations. Go back to the snowfall accumulation map. This is on a 10-to-1 ratio, so this is assuming that 1 inch of rain will represent 10 inches of snowfall. Let's progress it. All right. See, it's putting up upwards of up to 14 inches of snow in parts of Traverse City, Boyne Falls, St. Ignace, Mackinac City, Sault Ste. Marie. So it's really shifting that snowfall totals a lot farther north, while we'll also see potentials for up to 5 to 6 inches in parts of lower Michigan, and even up to 8 inches in parts of Ohio and central Indiana. So this one is going to basically cause a spread of a lot of snow, with the most intense snowfall amounts in parts of northern Michigan right here. So this model tends to be a little more conservative in regards to the amount of snowfall that we see, and it usually provides a much more accurate depiction of how much snow we see. But again, with it being so far out, this model will start to come together with the other two models that I'm looking at right now to ensure where the snow will pinpoint itself later on. All right, let's take a look at the last model, GDPS. This one I'm not very familiar with, so I'm not really sure about its reliability, but it also gives some nice information in regards to the snow that we'll be seeing. Go to a regional map real quick. All right, so again, this is on January 31st. We're going to progress it eastward. It actually starts off the snow off to the northern Michigan. And then central Michigan, the 540 line will actually dip south, just like the GFS model is forecasting, and the snow will kind of stick around Michigan, most likely, on this model. And then you got an ice storm potential in central Missouri if this model holds true, wintry mix, and more freezing rain potential and ice as you head into Friday the 4th, with lots of snow all around. So a lot to keep track of in regards to this. Their snowfall accumulations, I believe, also target lower Michigan. We'll take a look at that real quick. So 2 models we have targeting lower Michigan and 1 model targeting northern Michigan. Again, we're going to have to see. This one's kind of smack dab in the middle. So this one forecasts, okay, GFS keeps it lower to the south, so in parts of lower Michigan. ECMWF puts it way up in northern Michigan, and then GDPS, the Canadian model, puts it right in the middle. So really, anywhere between St. Ignace and northern Indiana, northern Ohio are at play in regards to heavy snow, okay? Heavy snow potential. And then also freezing rain and ice. It all depends on how the temperature is on that day. This is going to be a very difficult system to predict in regards to snowfall, just like lake effect, another wild card. But we do know it will put a lot of snow somewhere. All right. Also, one thing to take notice of with regards to this is the temperatures on the back side. So let's take a look at that real quick. We're going to look at wind chill because that's the actual feels like reading out in the air. So this is the current time today. We just got to warm up today up into the 20s. Temperatures are going to drop overnight. Tomorrow it's going to drop even more. Sub-zero wind chills tonight. We're going to have wind gusts of up to 20 miles an hour, up to 25 miles an hour. So it's going to be very cold. Then we're going to see a warm up come the day of the winter storm. Gets up to above freezing in some spots. And then on the back side of the storm, it continues to go sub-zero. The wind is going to be quite strong on the backside, and we're going to see some very intense sub-zero wind chills on the backside of the system. So we are not done with the cold. We are in early February. It is going to stay cold for quite a while longer. So we're just going to have to be aware of that, as it looks like the long-range models are putting out just the cold air just sticking around. So a lot of stuff to watch, especially that winter storm. That's going to be the biggest thing that we're going to have to keep an eye on, all right? So hopefully this video was helpful to you in depicting what we could see. Again, make sure to like if you liked, and give a comment if you have any questions, and also subscribe, and you can tap the little bell if you would like to get some more information, push notifications about stuff we publish, and looking forward to hearing from you in regards to what is coming. And if you're a lover of snow, then good for you. I personally am a lover of snow, so I'm looking forward to this system if it gets strong enough. So stay safe out there. Make sure to take precautions if the snow tends to come your way. I will be on once again later on if anything new tends to crop up. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.